Hey everyone, my name is Melissa, and I am a massage therapist. As a massage therapist, I see a lot of the same issues over and over again with my clients. So I've put together a pain relief and pain prevention program to help ease and prevent pain and to address the core inflexibility at the heart of a lot of these issues. This video focuses on opening up the hips, but I encourage you to follow the whole program for best results. So you can find this full program over on wellnessplus.tv or for free with your Amazon Prime. And all of those links are provided for you at the bottom in the description. So today we're going to be looking at hip circles. Now, this is one of my favorite go-to moves whenever I'm having any sorts of pain, and it's also good for emotional stress. But today we're just focusing on the pain aspect. So the preparation for this exercise, or rather really gentle movement, is pretty important. I want you to imagine almost that your whole body is inside of a stocking. And in reality, the connective tissue that covers our muscles and connects our muscles and connective tissue to our skin is actually, it's very sheath-like. And so what we're trying to do is keep our sheath in alignment, and then using our hips, we're going to be stretching out this whole sheath of connective tissue across our whole body from our hips. And the reason why this is so effective is because, directionally, our hips are right in the middle, or close to the middle, right? So we're going to be getting a fairly even stretch across the top and bottom part of our sheath. Also, the hips are just fundamentally connected to every part of our body. And by moving the hips and creating openness, we are then creating openness in our quads, in the little tight interconnected hip connector muscles, in our glutes, in our core. Because oftentimes when we have pain, especially in our neck and shoulders, what's going on is that these muscles are being stretched by these larger muscle groups that are locked up from just normal day-to-day activity. So I'm gonna walk you through how to set this up, and then we're gonna practice this for a decent amount of time, because I would really like for you to be able to feel the results that can come so easily and quickly from this gentle practice. All right. So before we begin, let's assess. Just open your arm really gently, and you may not have as much range of motion as I do. Oftentimes, I don't have this much range of motion. And so we're just gently approaching to see where we're at. And then at the end, we'll come back to this movement to assess how much has shifted. Okay, so I want you to feel your feet. Maybe bend your knees a little bit, rock back and forth. We're really gonna just feel into our feet, feel our feet on the ground. So a lot of times imagining a square, or even maybe even a triangle, where the outer corner of your big toe, the ball of your big toe, and the ball of your pinky toe, then reaching back to the two corners of your heels. And then your weight is just kind of centered evenly in the middle. All right, let's go into our knees. Just kind of bend your knees. See where your knees are in relationship to your heels and your ankles. And to start out with, your feet are about hip width apart. When we get going, you can widen your stance a little bit if you want. All right, so ankles, knees, hips. Just kind of. All right, and so there's a relationship between our hips, our knees, and our ankles. And as part of keeping our sheath together, we're trying to keep our hips over our ankles and then our shoulders over our hips. And so moving on from our hips, go ahead and lift your shoulders up to your ears. And exhaling, roll them back down. And then let's tuck your chin a little bit. Maybe pull the back of your head. And you can even like move your head around and try and just find, you know, a lot of times we have our heads forward. And so we're really trying to, you know, the icing on the cake is to have our head aligned over our shoulders, over our hips, over our knees, over our ankles, over our feet. All right. And so this is part of the practice. This is definitely something that you'll keep coming back to. I don't expect perfection. You shouldn't expect perfection. It's not really how our human bodies work. But we're just trying to bring, some attention to that. All right, so for your hands, I was taught with, just full on hands on the hips, and this is a really great way to remember to bring your shoulder blades onto your back. So often our natural current structure is going to have our shoulders coming forward a little bit. And so your hands are on your hips like this. It's easy to remember, up, back, and down. However, personally, I find this to be really kind of hard on my wrist, and especially this thumb joint right here. And so I will modify, and I recommend that you do as well if you have any sorts of wrist pain, to just having your hands flat on your hip bones. And then you still have, that encouragement to bring your shoulders onto your back. So let's just do that a few times together. Either placing your hands on your hips or in front of your hips. Bring your elbows together a little bit. Let's kind of just curve our chest in, and then feeling into your feet. Shoulders up, back and down. Let's do it one more time. Let's curve in. Because there's some wisdom in our bodies naturally going in like that. So just acknowledging that this is where our bodies are. We're going to gently, shoulders up, back and down. And so if you imagine the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, you're trying to almost bring those together just really gently. And so just to illustrate this, I'm going to turn to the side and let you see. All right. So from here, or even from here, up, back, and down. So this is the key. It's having this alignment with the hips and the feet. So forward, it's kind of like a little, I'm slightly exaggerating here. Up, back, and down. All right, so from the top, we're feeling our feet, feeling our ankles. Where are our knees? I'm gonna just bring my stance in just a touch. And then hips. All right, here are my hips. There's like a really gentle engagement of your core. Like 10% maybe. Just enough to kind of balance out your shoulders. All right, shoulders. So here I am in alignment. My sheath is fairly straight. And so let's talk about this circle. Basically, we're drawing a circle with our belly button. So I'm gonna move to the side, and I'm gonna draw a half circle like this, and then a half circle to the back. So circle, circle, and it's totally fine to stick your butt out on the back circle. Don't come too far forward, but there's definitely like at least, maybe 20 degrees or so. And so this is where the alignment piece can be a little bit tricky. While you're, doing the back circle, we're still trying to keep the shoulders in alignment over the hips. And this is one thing, so just, do what you can. And as long as you're going slowly and gently and not feeling any like actual sharp pain, you'll be receiving the benefits. Okay, so now we're going to incorporate our breath. We're going to be inhaling across the front and then exhaling across the back. And so coordinating the breath with the movement is where we really start getting some magic, because we're almost massaging our insides with the movement of our diaphragm and lungs while we're doing these circles. So let's just start this really slowly. We're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale to the center. And just go ahead and shake your arms out. Hope that felt good. Let's go ahead and try a few on the other side. So before we move on to the other side, just a gentle reminder about linking your breath with your movement. It's really okay if you run out of breath or you're not quite done by the time you hit that end of the circle. Our overarching intention is bringing gentle awareness to our body, gentle awareness to the alignment, gentle awareness to our breath. And this truly is a space where you get to ignore, say no to, let go any of those critical voices that are insisting that you're doing it wrong. And almost in a sense, this is part of the practice. We're coming into a place of just accepting where we're at, pain, critics, all in the same package. So, just a really gentle reminder. So we're going to just tilt to the side and inhale and exhale. It is super okay if it takes you a few times to coordinate your breath. And at least for me, I find that as I move through a number of these circles, my breath will change. And I'll notice for some, it'll be really easy to keep it coordinated. And other times, I'll still have breath at the end of my half circle, or I'll run out of breath before I'm done. And so this is really a practice of coming into balance and just moving with what your body gives you in the moment. All right, so let's go ahead and do a really short practice. And generally throughout my day, this is what I'll turn to is, maybe 5 to 10 on each side. So starting on one side, let's inhale, exhale, 1, inhale, exhale, 2, inhaling, exhaling, 3, inhale, exhale, 4, final circle on this side, exhale, 5. So let's inhale to center and switch over to our opposite side. Inhaling, exhaling, 1, inhale, exhaling, 2, inhaling, exhaling, 3, inhaling, exhaling, 4, inhaling, exhaling, 5, inhaling to center. If you feel lightheaded, just go ahead and bend your knees a little and bring your chin to your chest. And let's go ahead and check our range of motion. See, this is why I love this movement. We just did 5 on each side, and I already have much more space in my, and just in my chest and shoulders. All right. So I recommend maybe watching this video another time or two and practicing a little bit on your own. And then in the next video in the series, I'll guide you through a deeper practice. This is a wonderful protocol to do either as needed or as a daily practice. So I do this as needed for pain, or if you're looking for something to do right when you wake up in the morning, or maybe even before going to bed. This is wonderful. It'll, ground your emotions, open up any tension you have in your hips and chest, and just, either be a great way to start your day or end it. And remember, you can find this full series on wellnessplus.tv or for free with your Amazon Prime.
With hundreds of videos that you can stream on virtually any device to help you reduce stress, lose weight, or just improve your health and well-being overall. At wellnessplus.tv, we are dedicated to helping you on your health and wellness journey. Join wellnessplus.tv to find hundreds of videos to help you improve the health of your body and your mind. wellnessplus.tv. Get well, feel better.